Inmates frequently find themselves in situations where adaptability becomes a potent motivator. Behind bars, where resourcefulness is a necessity, inmates turn everyday objects into tools of survival and even escape. These unconventional weapons, born from desperation and determination, showcase the remarkable human capacity for innovation under extreme conditions. Join us as we unveil the 15 craziest improvised weapons built in prison. Number 15. Molotov Cocktails. Within prison walls, fire becomes a potent symbol of defiance and disorder. This concept materializes in a chilling and tangible form as the Molotov cocktail. It may seem improbable that such a weapon could be concocted behind bars, but the resourcefulness of inmates knows no limits. A Molotov cocktail is a rudimentary yet highly effective incendiary device. It consists of a glass or plastic bottle filled with a volatile and flammable substance, typically alcohol or gasoline, and a cloth wick that is ignited before the device is thrown. When the Molotov cocktail strikes its target, the bottle shatters upon impact, dispersing its highly flammable contents and engulfing a significant area in flames. In the prison setting, where acquiring alcohol or gasoline can be arduous, inmates employ ingenious alternatives. The flammable substance may range from pilfered cleaning solvents to fermented fruit scavenged from the kitchen. Bottles are procured through various means, including repurposed medicine containers, soft drink vessels from vending machines, or even meticulously crafted from melted and reshaped plastic. The wick typically consists of torn cloth sourced from bedsheets or clothing, soaked in the same flammable substance. The ignition source often involves lighters or matches, either clandestinely smuggled in or obtained through various methods within the prison. Number 14. The Knuckle Duster. In the unforgiving environment of a prison, fists often become the primary means of defense and offense, but even a punch can be transformed into a more formidable weapon. This is where the improvised Knuckle Duster comes into the picture, a remarkable invention that can turn a bare-handed brawl into a devastating show of strength. Crafting a knuckle duster in prison demands an intuitive grasp of the physics behind a punch and the skill to find and manipulate available materials. The key ingredient for a knuckle duster is a robust and durable substance that can be shaped to encase the knuckles, amplifying the impact force of a punch. It's a task that calls for creativity, resourcefulness, and a touch of stealth. The materials used to create a knuckle duster can vary depending on what's accessible. It can be as straightforward as tightly wrapping a roll of coins with cloth or duct tape, lending the fist added weight and rigidity. Some inmates have even been known to fashion more intricate versions using melted and reshaped toothbrushes or spoons, or sometimes from scavenged pieces of metal found within the prison. Creating a knuckle duster isn't just about crafting a weapon, it's about enhancing the natural capabilities of the human body. The underlying principle behind a knuckle duster is to distribute the force of a punch across a smaller, harder surface, thereby increasing its impact. This weapon isn't just about inflicting pain. It has the potential to shatter bones and cause severe harm. However, the creation and possession of a knuckle duster in a prison environment also come with significant risks. Crafting one takes time and exposes the inmate to the possibility of being caught in the act. Possessing a knuckle duster, if discovered, can lead to severe penalties, including solitary confinement and extended sentences. Yet, the presence of such weapons within prison walls highlights the harsh reality of life behind bars. The need for self-defense can sometimes outweigh the fear of punishment. Despite these risks, the knuckle duster remains a staple in the array of makeshift weapons crafted in prison. It stands as a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of inmates who, faced with perilous surroundings and limited resources, find ways to enhance their capacity for both defense and offense. The construction and utilization of the knuckle duster echo a broader theme that permeates prison culture: the necessity of power and control in a world where physical force often determines one's survival. Number 13. The zip gun revolution. Prisons and firearms may seem like a dangerous mix, but inmates have displayed remarkable ingenuity in crafting homemade firearms, commonly known as zip guns. Zip guns highlight the perilous intersection of resourcefulness and desperation, as they turn everyday objects into instruments of lethal force. The basic principle behind a zip gun is deceptively simple. You need a chamber for the ammunition and a means to ignite it. Despite their rudimentary design, these weapons can be incredibly hazardous and unpredictable. A frequent source for the barrel is metal pipes or tubes, often scavenged from prison infrastructure or broken equipment. The ammunition can be equally basic, ranging from a metal fragment to a stone or even tightly folded paper. However, it's in the ignition method where real inventiveness comes into play. Inmates have employed a wide array of methods for ignition, ranging from rubber bands and springs for mechanical impact to matches and electric wires for heat-based ignition. One notorious zip gun was devised by an inmate using a metal tube and a broken light bulb. In this contraption, the bulb served as an igniter when connected to a power source, while the tube acted as a barrel for a makeshift projectile. These homemade firearms are not only a testament to the creativity born of desperation, but also a stark reminder of the risks posed by improvised weapons within the confines of a prison. Number 12. Shank City. For a convict, the term shank goes beyond its dictionary definition. It morphs into something far more profound. It ceases to be just a piece of metal. Instead, it symbolizes power, control, and above all, survival within the harsh world of incarceration. The shank, a rudimentary knife or stabbing weapon, is alarmingly prevalent in correctional facilities worldwide, serving as a chilling testament to inmate ingenuity. These weapons are crafted from the most mundane and readily available objects within prison walls. The creation of a shank is a covert operation, a clandestine act of defiance against the authority of prison officials. Typically, they are fashioned from materials that would ordinarily seem innocuous: spoons, toothbrushes, or pieces of metal salvaged from prison infrastructure. Even when authorities introduce plastic cutlery and razors to limit potential weapon-making materials, inmates demonstrate their resilience and creativity. Spoons, often smuggled from the cafeteria, are gradually and meticulously sharpened against concrete walls or floors, slowly transforming into potentially lethal blades. Toothbrushes follow a similar trajectory, with their handles filed down against rough surfaces to create a pointed end capable of causing serious harm. However, the more sophisticated shanks are crafted from scrap metal or wire sourced from various places, such as the workshop, the fence, or even the bed frame. These materials undergo a labor-intensive transformation, sometimes being heated using makeshift prison stoves constructed from tin cans and tea lights, and then meticulously shaped and sharpened into a blade. The final product is often wrapped in cloth or tape at one end, creating a makeshift handle and giving the weapon a deceptively professional appearance. Shanks, however, serve a dual role within the hierarchical society of a prison. They are not merely tools of violence, but also symbols of status and power. Their possession signifies strength, providing a shield against potential threats, and in some instances, an avenue to assert control over others. Moreover, shanks have been linked to audacious escape attempts, showcasing their utility beyond interpersonal conflicts. One striking example of shank use unfolded during the infamous 1987 Atlanta penitentiary siege in the United States. Cuban detainees, armed with an array of shanks, seized control of the facility for 11 days, underscoring the potential of these seemingly rudimentary weapons. Despite the sinister associations, the prevalence of shanks within prisons stands as a stark symbol of human adaptability and resourcefulness, albeit within a grim and perilous context. It paints a picture where the line between survival and danger is as thin as the blade of a shank. Number 11. The glass shard knife. The presence of intact glass is a rarity within the confines of prison walls, primarily due to its potential for misuse and the vigilant efforts to prevent its access. However, on those exceptionally rare occasions when a fragment of glass does manage to find its way into a cell, it can serve as the foundation for one of the most lethal weapons in the prison arsenal, the dreaded glass shard knife. Creating a glass shard knife is as straightforward as it sounds. An inmate who acquires a piece of glass carefully shatters it, selecting a fragment with one sharp edge. The non-sharp end is often wrapped with cloth or paper to form a rudimentary handle, and the weapon is ready for use. Unlike other improvised weapons that rely on brute force or shock value, The glass shard knife is designed for stealth and subtlety. With its razor-sharp edge, it can inflict deep cuts and puncture wounds, making it a feared tool within the prison ecosystem. The existence of such a weapon underscores the lengths to which inmates will go to arm themselves, often risking their personal safety in the process. The glass shard knife is a chilling embodiment of this harsh reality, offering a glimpse into the dangerous and unforgiving world behind prison walls. Number 10. The toothbrush-razor hybrid. Within the confines of incarceration, even the most ordinary item, like a toothbrush, can undergo a startling transformation into a tool for survival. The toothbrush-razor hybrid represents a weapon of unsettling simplicity, turning a basic hygiene instrument into a potentially deadly device. The process of fashioning a toothbrush-razor hybrid might appear deceptively straightforward, but its implications are profound. An incarcerated individual takes a standard-issue toothbrush and ingeniously embeds a razor blade at one end, typically by melting the plastic around the blade to firmly secure it in place. The result is a weapon that not only can be easily concealed, but is also alarmingly efficient in its operation. The plastic handle of the toothbrush provides a stable grip, while the seemingly diminutive razor blade can inflict severe wounds, especially when aimed at vulnerable areas such as the face or neck. The toothbrush-razor hybrid serves as a chilling testament to the extraordinary lengths to which inmates are willing to go in order to arm themselves. It offers a sobering glimpse into the harsh reality of life behind bars, where even objects associated with cleanliness and health can be converted into instruments of violence, shedding light on the harsh and unforgiving nature of prison existence. Number 9. The rock hammer. The rock hammer, while not a conventional weapon, has etched its own unique place in the annals of prison history, primarily for its association with daring escape attempts. It stands as a powerful symbol of patience, unwavering determination, and a subtle form of rebellion. Even more significantly, it represents a potential route to regain freedom. The creation of a rock hammer involves procuring a robust, pointed piece of metal, which can vary from a fragment of a bed frame to a broken machinery part, or even a simple nail. This piece of metal is then securely attached to a handle, typically crafted from a section of wood and fastened in place using string or tape. Utilizing a rock hammer demands meticulous care and diligence. Inmates must painstakingly chip away at walls, floors, or bars, progressing bit by bit, often under the shroud of darkness or during moments of minimal supervision. Once the laborious work is completed, the rock hammer must be expertly concealed to avoid arousing suspicion. One of the most notorious episodes involving a rock hammer in prison history is its role in the iconic 1962 Alcatraz escape, widely celebrated as one of the most legendary prison breaks of all time. This highlights the rock hammer's significance not solely as a potential weapon, but as an emblem of resourcefulness and the indomitable human spirit. It exemplifies the extraordinary lengths to which individuals are willing to go in pursuit of liberty, showcasing their unwavering determination to challenge the constraints of incarceration and seize a chance at freedom. Number 8. The papier-mâché dagger. Amidst the stark and unforgiving confines of a prison, even the most mundane of materials, such as paper, can undergo a remarkable and potentially perilous transformation. Enter the papier-mâché dagger, a striking exemplar of this astonishing metamorphosis, embodying a clever fusion of stealth, simplicity, and the element of surprise that characterizes improvised prison weapons. To fashion a papier-mâché dagger, an incarcerated individual commences by collecting paper from various sources, including books, newspapers, or even toilet paper. The paper is then soaked in water until it forms a pliable pulp. This pulp is meticulously shaped into the semblance of a blade and then allowed to dry and harden. Some inmates take an additional step by reinforcing the blade with a coating of melted plastic or toothpaste, endowing it with a sturdier exterior. The papier-mâché dagger is a weapon that lures one into underestimating it due to its unassuming appearance. However, in the hands of someone with malicious intent, it can swiftly transform into a lethal surprise. The creation of such a weapon demands not only patience, but also a profound level of ingenuity, epitomizing the resourcefulness that inmates often cultivate in response to the myriad constraints imposed by their environment. It underscores the extraordinary lengths to which individuals will go when driven to adapt and survive within the constraints of incarceration. Number 7. The Bedpost Club. The Bedpost Club, as its straightforward name suggests, is a primitive yet brutally effective weapon crafted from a bedpost or any sturdy piece of wood discovered within the confines of a prison cell. Amidst the diverse array of improvised prison weapons, it stands out for its rudimentary construction and uncompromising efficacy. The process of breaking off a section of a bedpost or any other wooden furniture within a cell demands both physical strength and unwavering determination. However, once accomplished, the outcome is a formidable bludgeoning tool capable of delivering devastating blows. While it may lack the subtlety or concealability of other prison-made weapons, the Bedpost Club serves as a vivid testament to the raw, unvarnished nature of violence within the prison walls. Moreover, the Bedpost Club serves as a poignant reminder of the harsh and unforgiving reality of life behind bars. It emerges from desperation and the essential need for self-protection, shedding light on the inherent dangers that inmates confront on a daily basis. In a world where survival often hinges on the ability to adapt and defend oneself, the existence of such crude yet effective weapons underscore the dire circumstances faced by those incarcerated. Number 6. The Gasper. The Gasper, also commonly referred to as the garrote, stands out as a chilling and sinister addition to the arsenal of improvised weapons within the confines of a prison. Its distinctiveness lies not only in its purpose, but also in the meticulous design aimed at achieving stealth and precision, making it an instrument intended for silent, close-quarters attacks that send shivers down the spine. Its very name, Gasper, is a testament to its horrifying capacity to choke the life out of its unfortunate victims, leaving them gasping for breath in their final moments. The process of crafting a Gasper is a grim exercise in resourcefulness. Inmates often begin by fashioning a cord, one that needs to be strong yet thin enough to carry out its grim task effectively. These cords are typically fashioned by unraveling clothing or tearing apart bed sheets, and in some instances, prisoners have even been known to employ dental floss, cleverly braiding strands together to create a more robust and lethal cord. The ingenuity displayed in creating these deadly tools is a testament to the grim reality of prison life, where individuals are constantly forced to adapt and improvise with the limited resources at their disposal. The ends of these cords are then attached to handles, which are often fashioned from pieces of wood or plastic, creating a complete and highly dangerous weapon. The Gasper serves as a chilling and disheartening reminder of the creative and often deadly ingenuity that can flourish within the harsh and unforgiving prison environment. Its existence serves to underscore the ever-present threat of violence that inmates must contend with on a daily basis, reminding them of the silent dangers that can lurk in the shadows of prison life. It is a stark reminder that even in the darkest corners of society, individuals can find ways to fashion instruments of death, making the already daunting prison experience even more treacherous and fraught with peril. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Hey there, curious viewers! Feast your eyes on this masterpiece of prison engineering and tell me, have you ever seen a more ingenious, do-it-yourself creation? It's like the AR-15 pistol's rebellious little sibling! I mean, seriously, how do these folks come up with these mind-blowing ideas? Is prison the new Hogwarts, unlocking hidden talents we never knew existed? But hold your applause. Remember, it's not a place you want a front-row seat to. So, dear viewers, what's your take on this do-it-yourself jailhouse wonder and the creative genius that thrives within those walls? Share your thoughts, and let's keep this conversation locked and loaded. Number 5. The Chuco cloth and soap creation. The Chuco is a stark example of how sometimes the most effective weapons are born from simplicity, requiring minimal resources and craftsmanship. This particular prison-made weapon, originating in Spanish-speaking penitentiaries, takes its name from the slang term for a homemade knife or shank. However, within this context, it specifically refers to a variant crafted from everyday materials, emphasizing its deceptive and unassuming nature. To fashion a Chuco, an inmate initiates the process by selecting a humble bar of soap, typically found in prison hygiene supplies. This soap bar becomes the core of the weapon. The inmate then proceeds to tightly wrap a cloth around the soap, creating a bundle that is subsequently soaked in water and left to harden. The end result is astonishing, a deceptively solid and weighty weapon that, when swung with enough force, can inflict serious harm on its target. The Chuco embodies the resourcefulness and adaptability of inmates, who demonstrate their ability to transform even the most innocuous and readily available items into formidable tools of violence. It stands as a grim reminder of the harsh and dangerous reality that prevails within prison walls, where inmates are forced to constantly innovate to protect themselves and assert their authority. In this environment, where every object can potentially be turned into a weapon, the Chuco serves as a symbol of the inherent danger that lurks behind the mundane, highlighting the brutal and unforgiving nature of life within the prison system. Number 4. The Broken Dinner Tray Shield. The broken dinner tray shield highlights the importance of defense in a world where improvised prison weapons are often designed for offensive purposes. This innovative adaptation demonstrates that even everyday items, such as a dinner tray, can be repurposed into life-saving tools in an environment where danger lurks around every corner. Creating a broken dinner tray shield is relatively simple compared to some of the other improvised weapons described earlier. An inmate typically starts by finding a sturdy dinner tray, usually made of hard plastic or metal, and breaking it down into manageable pieces. While the edges of the shield can be sharpened to add offensive capabilities, its primary function remains defensive. However, it's important not to underestimate the effectiveness of the dinner tray shield. In a prison brawl, having a shield can be vital because it creates a protective barrier between the assailant and the prisoner. Due to its size and stiffness, the shield can be used to deflect hits from various weapons, significantly reducing the risk of injury. Its size and rigidity also make it a valuable tool for crowd control, as it can act as a barrier to keep potential threats at a distance. The broken dinner tray shield serves as a powerful symbol of the defense mechanisms employed by prisoners and the constant need for safety within prison walls. It reflects the ongoing struggle for survival that defines life behind bars and is more than just a crude shield. It is a tangible representation of adaptation and resourcefulness. Inmates must adapt to their harsh environment and make use of whatever limited resources they have to protect themselves. The dinner tray shield is a testament to human adaptability and resilience, even in the most challenging circumstances. What is particularly impressive about it is the resourcefulness it demonstrates, as inmates manage to create an effective defensive tool while working with minimal supplies and under constant scrutiny. The broken dinner tray shield reminds us that nothing in the world of incarceration is as it may seem at first glance. It underscores the complexity of life in prison and the ingenuity that arises from necessity, transforming a simple mealtime item into a symbol of survival and resilience. Number 3. The Crossbow. The Inmate's Ballista. The homemade crossbow, a marvel of makeshift engineering within the confines of a prison, showcases the incredible resourcefulness and creativity of its crafters. This unique weapon represents not only a deadly tool, but also a testament to the ingenuity that can thrive even in the most restricted and challenging environments. Building a crossbow in prison is no small feat. It demands a considerable investment of time, access to materials, and a high level of craftsmanship. Typically, the body or stock of the crossbow is crafted from sturdy, recycled materials that can be found within the prison, such as broken furniture, bed slats, or pieces of scrap metal. These materials are carefully selected and repurposed to form the foundation of the weapon. The bow, which is responsible for propelling the projectile, is often ingeniously fashioned from whatever is available. In some cases, tightly rolled or folded paper can serve as a makeshift bow, while in other instances, flexible metal fragments are used. This resourcefulness in material selection reflects the adaptability and creativity of inmates who are determined to create a functional weapon with limited resources. The firing mechanism of the homemade crossbow represents a true masterpiece of prison engineering. It typically involves the creation of a string, often crafted from unraveled rope or torn bedsheets, combined with a trigger system artfully fashioned from whatever pieces of wood or metal can be found. The attention to detail and precision required to construct a functional crossbow within the confines of a prison cell is a testament to the dedication and skill of its creators. Number 2. Radio Heater, Hot plate weapon. The hot plate weapon, born from the repurposing of radio heaters, provides a striking example of how electricity, a fundamental aspect of modern life, can be transformed into a weapon within the confines of a prison. This invention represents a fusion of ingenuity and technical knowledge, unveiling the concealed dangers that can lurk within seemingly innocuous items. The transformation of an ordinary prison-issued radio into the radio heater weapon involves a significant modification of its internal components. The radio's heating element is ingeniously rewired to generate a substantial amount of heat, essentially converting it into an improvised electric stove or hot plate. When used discreetly and concealed, this hot plate can inflict severe burns, making it a dual-purpose tool, a deterrent and a weapon in conflicts. Crafting a radio heater weapon is a dangerous undertaking, requiring an in-depth understanding of the radio's internal mechanisms and a covert approach to avoid detection by prison authorities. In doing so, inmates are forced to navigate a precarious path, as discovery could lead to severe consequences. Nevertheless, the existence of these weapons highlights the extraordinary lengths to which incarcerated individuals are willing to go to protect themselves and establish their authority within the harsh and often perilous environment of a prison. Number 1. The Lighter Flamethrower. The lighter flamethrower is a grim reminder to the enduring power of fire, one of humanity's most ancient and primal tools, even within the confines of a prison. This terrifying weapon showcases the ingenuity of incarcerated individuals who can transform everyday items into instruments of fear and destruction. The process of creating a lighter flamethrower involves modifying a standard lighter to enhance the size of the flame or enable it to eject a stream of flammable liquid. This modification can range from relatively simple adjustments, such as altering the lighter's fuel flow, to attaching improvised reservoirs filled with stolen or homemade alcohol. The end result is a device with the capability to project fire over a short distance, creating a shocking and potentially deadly weapon that instills both fear and respect among inmates. The lighter flamethrower adds a new dimension of danger to the already volatile atmosphere of a prison, where tensions can run high and conflicts can escalate rapidly. Its capacity to inflict burns and create chaos makes it a formidable tool in the hands of those who seek to protect themselves or assert dominance within the prison hierarchy. And there you have it, folks. From toothbrush shanks to makeshift flamethrowers, these inventions reveal the astonishing adaptability of those behind bars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.